Ferrari's 2025 season has been full of silence, confusion, and now, finally, answers. After months of mystery, the real issue holding back Hamilton and Leclerc has come to light. And with a major upgrade coming at Spa, Fuel Up Daily breaks down what's really been going wrong in Maranello. The 2025 British Grand Prix delivered on every front. Lando Norris took his first home victory, Oscar Piastri kept his championship lead alive, and Nico Hülkenberg finally reached the podium after 239 starts. But one of the more surprising outcomes was Lewis Hamilton's result, finishing outside the top three at Silverstone for the first time since 2014. Even in Mercedes' toughest years, Hamilton always managed to find a way onto the podium at his home race. But this year, in a Ferrari, that streak ended, and the reason behind it seems tied to something far deeper than just a bad weekend. Hamilton himself called the SF25 the most difficult car he's ever driven in changing conditions. The race was full of unpredictability. A damp start, mid-race rain, a drying track, and 3 safety car periods. These are the kinds of races where Hamilton's experience typically shines. Yet he struggled throughout, saying, "I can't even express to you how hard it is. It's not a car that likes those conditions." He also hinted that this isn't just about one race. "There are elements of this car that cannot go into next year's design," he said. That's a clear sign Ferrari is already thinking about 2026, and that the current package may be fundamentally flawed. This feedback won't come as a shock to long-time followers of Ferrari's technical journey. While the team had a competitive start under the current regulation era, they haven't been able to sustain their performance across full seasons. At the end of last year, they were closely matched with McLaren. But during the off-season, Ferrari made sweeping changes. Reportedly, over 90% of the car was redesigned. Unfortunately, the result has been a clear step backward. At the Austrian Grand Prix, Ferrari introduced a new floor with more upgrades promised at Spa, but in Silverstone the performance still wasn't there. Hamilton admitted, "We were kind of nowhere the whole race. I was a second off the pace and struggling to even keep the car on track." Interestingly, the real issue seemed most apparent during qualifying, specifically in high-speed corners where both Ferrari drivers found the car unpredictable. And while the team has remained tight-lipped about the root cause, Charles Leclerc may have unintentionally revealed it. In a post-qualifying debrief, Leclerc hinted at an ongoing issue affecting the car's behaviour at high speed, suggesting it's been the core problem all season. This aligns with what both drivers have repeatedly mentioned over team radio: instability, lack of rear-end confidence, and unpredictable aero balance when pushing at the limit. With Ferrari bringing a major update to Spa, all eyes will be on whether this hidden weakness can finally be addressed. Because if they can't get on top of it soon, their chances of competing with McLaren and staying in the fight for wins might slip away entirely. Charles Leclerc's qualifying at Silverstone didn't go as planned. After a costly error that dropped him to 6th on the grid, he unleashed a frustrated tirade over the team radio. But once emotions cooled and he spoke with media, Leclerc hinted at a deeper issue affecting Ferrari's performance, something not related to balance or grip. "The problems we have are very specific. It's not a balance issue, it's not a grip issue," he said. "I don't want to go into detail, but it's something very strange that we're fighting in high-speed corners, and it makes things even harder." Ferrari team principal Frédéric Vasseur echoed the same cautious approach, refusing to elaborate, saying only, "I have to stick to the team line, it can be fixed, but yes, we're struggling with something." While the team has remained tight-lipped publicly, Motorsport.com Italy reported that internal sources at Ferrari revealed the core problem: an intermittent power steering issue that arises when the drivers push to the limit, particularly through high-speed corners where lateral G-forces are at their peak. In those moments, precise feedback is essential. Even the smallest inconsistency in steering feel can shake a driver's confidence and hurt both their rhythm and lap time. Leclerc didn't confirm that issue specifically, but he did hint that a fix is in the works. "We've got some upgrades coming that should solve certain problems. Hopefully that helps us in the right areas," he noted. The next test will come at Spa-Francorchamps on July 27th, where Ferrari is expected to bring a major update, rumoured to include a revised rear suspension. The team has been working on this package for months, though delays have pushed its debut deeper into the season than originally planned. With championship hopes slipping away, both Hamilton and Leclerc may be out of the title fight, but the upgrade could still play a vital role. Beyond an estimated tenth of a second improvement in lap time, resolving the power steering issue could restore driver confidence and lay the groundwork for a stronger finish to the year and a better platform for 2026. At a track like Spa, long, fast and demanding, Ferrari will need every bit of progress to close the gap. And according to McLaren team principal Andrea Stella, they may already be close. Speaking after Silverstone, Stella suggested that Ferrari, not Red Bull, posed the greater threat to McLaren's dominance, particularly after the Scuderia's strong pace in qualifying and race simulations. Looking at the lap times across all sessions, Ferrari actually seemed like the strongest team, Stella said, citing their performance with the new floor. If Ferrari's upgrades prove effective, it could also influence how other teams approach development for the rest of the season. With Red Bull's dominance no longer guaranteed and McLaren showing steady growth, the midfield is tighter than ever. A competitive Ferrari could not only shake up race results, but also force strategic shifts among top teams battling for constructors' points. Beyond the technical side, there's also a psychological boost at stake. For Hamilton, a podium at Spa in a Ferrari would be a major milestone in his first season with the team, offering validation that the long-term project is headed in the right direction. And for Leclerc, closing the performance gap and getting back into podium contention would reinforce his belief in the team's direction after a difficult first half of the year. With the new suspension now in play, the second half of the season could get a lot more competitive. Whether that means podiums or even wins for Ferrari remains to be seen, but Spa will be a key test. So, what do you think? Will Ferrari's upgrades finally bring them back into the fight? Could Hamilton score his first podium in red at Spa? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching Fuel Up Daily. Until next time, drive safe.